it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to survive a long haul flight. So a long flight for you may look something different for somebody else, but for me personally, a long flight consists of 15 hours or more. Now those flights are daunting and I don't look forward to them, but you got to do what you got to do if you love traveling and you want to get to that new destination. So over the years, I just came up with ways just to make my flight experience more bearable, and hopefully these tips can help you guys out. So if you guys want to know more about these tips, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and just keep watching. So we're just gonna get straight into my number one tip, and that's making myself tired before a flight. And what I do is a day or two before my flight, I just get less sleep, whether that's going to sleep later than usual and waking up earlier than usual, or doing a really intense workout so my body just feels drained, and by the time I get on my flight, all I want to do is go to sleep. And this works great for me because I sleep majority of the flight, and by the time you know it, I'm at my layover destination or at my end destination. So this doesn't make the flight feel as long. And why I started doing this is because I've been on long flights where I'm wide awake. I watch movie after movie. I look at the time and it's going by so slow, and I hate that anxious feeling of just wanting to get off that flight. For me, I don't like it at all. So to avoid it, I just sleep majority of the flight, and it works well. And honestly, I do it for every flight. This tip is for the booking process when selecting your seat, and I know this tip may not work for everyone because everyone likes to fly differently, and depending on how much you're willing to spend, because your girl over here has never flown first class. Hopefully one day I get to experience that luxury, but for me, I've always flown economy, especially for those 15+ hour flights. Majority of the time in my experience, those planes are a bit bigger than the normal planes and more comfortable even in economy. What I like to do is book an aisle seat in the middle section. Don't get me wrong, I love a good window seat, but I like booking a window seat for shorter flights. So for a longer flight, I'm always in the aisle in the middle row. And why I do this is because I feel like it's more comfortable for me. I have a little bit more leg room where I can stretch out my legs, and also I can get up as much as I want to go to the bathroom or just walk around. You really need to get your circulation going, especially for those long flights. Also, in my experience, if I happen to be sleeping and the people in the middle need to get up for whatever reason, if the other person on the other aisle seat is awake, usually majority of the time they do get up and go out that way and don't wake me up, which is a win-win situation for me. I always find that the aisle seat in the middle row is the way to go. So I'm not one of those people who dress up to go to the airport. That's just not me. I just like being comfy, and I think that's a key factor for long flights, is just being as comfy as possible, whatever that may be for you. For me personally, I like wearing more loose clothing so I don't feel restricted, and also maybe bringing a hoodie on my carry-on just in case I feel cold on the flight. I also bring a neck pillow because I'm prone to getting a stiff neck, so neck pillows are always with me on every flight just to make sleeping a little bit more comfortable for me. And so whatever makes you feel comfortable, whether it's wearing some fuzzy socks, bringing an eye mask, bringing your own blanket, whatever it is, just bring it with you if it's allowed on your carry-on. Most of the time on long flights, you are provided with entertainment, but I like to have a backup plan just in case, because you never know. Maybe your screen isn't working, or maybe your flight doesn't include any entertainment at all, which would really suck. So I always like to have a backup plan, and what I like to do is maybe download a few podcast episodes before my flight so I have something to listen to, or bring a book with me because I feel like on a flight there's no distraction and I can get through a book pretty quickly. Or if you're into a Netflix series or a movie, you can actually download it before your flight so you can watch it on your phone with no Wi-Fi. Or if you're into gaming or games, you can download a few games on your phone before your flight and make sure that you can use it without Wi-Fi so you're able to use it when you are on the flight. Or any meditation apps you can do while you are up in the air. And also make sure you have good music that you can listen to on your flight just in case anything happens. If you do end up using your phone, make sure your phone is fully charged, and also bring an extra power bank, because it would really suck if your phone died and you didn't have a screen and you have absolutely nothing else to do. So I'm a snacker. I don't know about you guys, but I like to snack on things throughout the day, and that's no exception, especially for a long flight. But I also do feel like in my past experiences on long flights, they do feed you pretty well depending on the airline that you go on, and I don't really feel like that hungry, but I like having snacks just in case, like bringing Cliff bars or maybe some cookies, dried fruit, chips, whatever it may be. I just always make sure I have some snacks in my carry-on just in case if I'm just extra hungry that day. This tip doesn't necessarily have to be for a long flight, but especially for budget airlines, they literally charge you for like breathing air. They charge you for every little thing, so you definitely need to bring snacks if you are on a budget airline. So my last tip is bring things in your carry-on that you can use to freshen up on your flight, because I personally don't like feeling icky and gross, and everyone feels that way after a long flight. I like to bring things to freshen up. So whether it's a toothpaste and a toothbrush to brush my teeth before getting off the flight, because it's been a couple of hours since you last brushed your teeth. Don't be that person all up in someone's face with bad breath. Like, no one wants that. And I also like to bring some face wipes just to wipe my face. Also, I like to bring like little roll-on perfumes like this just to roll on my wrist, on my neck, just to feel a little bit less icky. And if you're a person who has strong body odor, bring a little bit of deodorant. Like, no one wants to smell your strong BO, especially in a long flight. I remember this one instance. I was on a 4-hour flight. I was in the window seat, and the person sitting right next to me had really strong BO, and I was literally slowly dying wanting to get off that flight because it smelled so strong and bad, and I was just like, get me out of here. So don't be that person. I mean, we all are on the same boat. We're all on the same flight and feel the same way after all those hours. And trust me, after you just like freshen yourself a little bit, you feel a little bit better until you get to your hotel and you can really take a shower. Hope you guys thought these tips were helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for my next video. Ciao!